Good morning. I'm actually trying a broadcast simultaneously through Facebook and YouTube and testing that out. Yesterday, I had some sound issues, I thought, when I tried that. So I wanted to see if there's any issue with sound. And um, I was thinking about and just observing in the universe how being open and honest is so beneficial in our interactions and creating transparency, aligning with our authentic self, and you know just being able to be yourself openly. It's for some of us at times it's hard, it's uncomfortable to just be yourself and do what you want to do without, I mean, no matter how much we think we don't care what others think, it still affects us. We still struggle to be natural and real. I mean, it's just that period. If you had to get up and talk in front of people, we all have a different comfort level. If we have to, I mean, different experiences affect us and challenge us to be authentic. I mean, we have to find a comfort level within ourselves to be our authentic self. It's hard to be open. It's hard to share our story openly, but it's so beautiful when we do. It helps others so much. We learn when we can share our story, share our experience, it helps others to learn to listen. It helps others to see a different perspective. Um, Frequently, we see things from one perspective and we neglect to be accepting of others. Um, anyways, I feel it's really important to be transparent, to learn how to just share yourself, be comfortable in your own unique self and with your own unique experience, that you can openly share that with others, that you can behave just the way you want to and not fear how others will perceive you or not. I mean, we're so, at times easily embarrassed, afraid to offend. Um, we just have to learn to accept ourselves and be ourselves openly. It's going to help others. It's going to help others open up. So many people are watching. You don't know how many people you touch, how many lives you touch just by being true to who you are. We have a code within us that defines who we are and helps us to navigate. And when we can openly accept who we are and just share that, it's inspiration for those around us to see our courage, to see, hey, they're doing this, maybe I can do it. They stood up for this situation. They stood up for this perspective. They stood up for what they thought was right. Maybe I can do that. They stood up and was not worried about making a fool of himself, not worried about looking stupid. There's beauty in being authentic. There's we create we create accuracy in being transparent when we reflect ourselves as truly as we can in all directions. We're like a star and we shine our light on others. And I was thinking about how so much so much of the wars in the world go on, and the disagreements, the disputes. I mean, it's just petty lack of understanding that causes war. it's not it's a limited understanding and just a sometimes we want to say is selfish and greed, but you know what? We're all selfish and greedy. What we're seeing in that is just a reflection of ourselves. It's about it's about being true to ourselves and understanding understanding each other, that the planet's resources are abundant and they're here for us all, and that um, we don't need to try and rape the planet for profit. There's plenty to go around, and when we share, when we open source everything, we all come together and we all work collaboratively for solutions. Copyrights and patents and this nonsense that we participate in this financially driven world, just slow progress and conceal truth. The the whole system has been designed with care. It actually has been designed in a way to try to encourage um, to protect and to enable us to prevent one specific person from having power. We've all grown to have a common understanding of what being respectful is. Good morning, Robin. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. So grateful for you too. And thank you for your support. I really appreciate that. Sometimes we need to hear uplifting comments, and I thank you so much. I'm so very grateful for that. And I know Valerie is too. Um, we need a revision of our the way we interact with other countries, the way we communicate with each other. We have got to lead each other into a better direction. We've got to step up and be willing to listen to each other and help others learn to be willing to listen to each other. If we would all just own our role in creating a more loving environment and know that truly every action depend like we create this experience and everything we do ripples out into the universe. And maybe if there was one person that would just absolutely, no matter what the circumstance was, would stay true to themselves, to their authentic self, and which is love. Stay in a place of absolute perfect love. And you may be programmed to think that that doesn't exist, that that there's no end to suffering. But you know what? Maybe it just takes one person remaining in a place of love, no matter their circumstance, no matter what they go through. As we have to have faith, we have to have faith that it is possible for us to come together and work as one. That not there's no one great nation, that we're all one, and that there's an abundance here, and we just have to share it. We all have more than we need. Like in the country I live in the place that I'm at, we all have more than we need, way more than we need. And it's ridiculous to see the 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 poverty and the lack in other places. We are we are blessed in this country. If you live in America, you have an abundance way beyond what you need. And I don't care, even if you are homeless, this is a pretty decent place to be homeless. This is a pretty decent place to be homeless, honestly. Let's learn from our experience. Let's share with others. Let's be true to what we understand and be afraid to not be afraid to just do what we do. Doesn't matter who's watching, doesn't matter who's listening. If as we learn to be real, we don't fear consequence. We're choosing love. We're choosing something that shouldn't be hidden. Don't hide your light under a bushel. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I think we need to have a video and we can all just come and sing this little light of mine. I know that's a song that we sung in church, but man, the message is legit, you know? I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe. Stay true to the light inside you. Stay true to what you know in your heart and be open to the fact that what you know in your heart is solid, but you have an ego. And sometimes you trip over your ego. Sometimes the man that I think I am is gets in the way of what needs to be done. I have a limited perception. Put my perspective aside and respect others. Listen to others and understand. Have compassion, understanding, acceptance. Accept others. We have to accept other religions, other nationalities, other races, you know? It's all just part of what we are. We are all one. Come together, unite with each other, listen, understand each other's perspective, have a heart, you know? The thing is, you truly can, you have the right to do anything you want to do as long as you don't infringe on anyone else's right. You're welcome to experience whatever you wish to experience as long as you don't infringe on someone else's right to do the same. And a lot of a lot of our conflict comes from our miscommunication and lack of understanding because I might say this, okay? I might say that you are doing really well, but you could work better on communicating openly. And you listening on the video could think that I'm talking to you, that I'm talking about you, if I'm having a conversation to you. If we can recognize that what another person's saying has nothing to do with us and that they're looking at something in themselves, however they perceive you is a reflection of themselves. So I've noticed just in conversations, sometimes people say you, and what they're saying is beautiful, but because they say the word you, oh, tell me what I need to do. Tell me what I need to work on. Or who are you to say what I need to do? You know, what anyone says or does has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. What I say or do has nothing to do with you. It has to do with me. Some people come on my videos and get offended. Some people think that I'm seeing flaws in them. You know what? I'm speaking my truth. And if you're offended, you're offended. I'm not. I don't intentionally offend anyone. I don't intentionally hurt anyone. I don't always see clearly, you know? So If you feel like I'm saying something about you, if you feel like I'm doing something to you, maybe you have maybe you're experiencing a lack of love, not from me, but from yourself, because the love is something that comes from within you. It's something you give away unconditionally. You give away freely. True love expects nothing in return. True love gives and loves no matter what. True love is acceptance. True love is accepting each other. And I can't accept your experience if I'm trying to correct you. I can't accept you if I'm trying to tell you what to do. So I'm only working on myself. My experience is just my own personal growth. If I communicate it that I'm targeting you, it could just be your perception because it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with me. When we recognize this, we welcome each other. We welcome each other and we can connect and we can own our role. We can honor each other. Our leaders are being led by us, by you and me. When we own our role as a leader, a love leader in life, what you say and do has an impact. And if you don't think it does, oh ye of little faith, we make a difference. One makes a difference. One makes a difference. You are one. I am one. We are all one. And it just takes one to make a difference. You can be the one. You can be true to yourself. We've got to listen to each other. I just envision instead of like we see news like so, why don't we have a news source that wants to give both sides of the story? That no matter, like, hey, let's go straight to the source on both sides. Well, what do you think's going on here? And two countries at war. We go to this country. Well, what's going on? No, you can't say what they did. This is about what you're doing. You know what's going on, and then go to the other side. What's your perspective? You can't say what they're doing because you're only speaking from limited perspective. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what's behind the scenes. You don't know what they're putting out there that's not in alignment with what they really are doing. You don't know that. What are you doing? Are you are you owning your leadership role to honor this planet, to honor all of humanity? It's time we all wake up and we each own our own role in waking up. Life is like a dream. And have you ever been in a dream where you realized that it was just a dream and that you could truly do anything you wanted? That you could create any experience you wanted, and all you had to do was believe. I have. I have done some crazy things in my dreams, and I'm waking up to the fact that this is just a dream and that we create our experience to our wildest imaginations. I hope you get to see that. I hope you do see that. It's beautiful. Our power to create is beyond what we think, beyond what we understand, way beyond, way beyond. I've got to go. I've got to sign off it here, but I want to thank you for tuning in and watching this video. And I hope that your heart can open to love and acceptance of yourself so that you can learn to love and accept others and love to and accept your experience and end your own suffering because we create our own suffering whether you think so in this moment or not. It's true, and we don't have to. Love heals the pain, and all we have to do is accept love into our heart. It's all we got to do. For God so loved the world that he sent love to save our soul, and that whosoever believeth in love shall have life everlasting. Recognize that love is the answer, and all we have to do is accept it. Thank you for tuning in.